Hey y'all, welcome back. Dave here at the old Plymouth Garage. Today we're back on the 72 Duster. Today we're going to be addressing these rocker panels. We're going to get them sanded down and check out. We got some rust issues down there, and I want to know what's solid, what needs to be cut out. I'm not 100% sure if you can see some primer on those rockers, so I don't know if they've had previous work done, if there's Bondo in there or whatever. So we're going to get it all stripped down today, see what we've got, and possibly make some patch panels. So stick around. All right, guys, we're just going to start by stripping all this paint down to bare metal using my Harbor Freight Special here. It's pretty much a knockoff of the Eastwood, but it works pretty good. I've used it on some other cars, and it makes quick work of stripping layers of paint off down to bare metal. So we're going to use this, get this all stripped down so we can see what we got, what needs to be cut out, and what we can leave. As you can see here, just a couple seconds and it takes that down to just bare metal with this thing. So really saves a lot of time of sanding and trying to strip this old paint off. All right, guys, as you can see, we got this all stripped down, exposing all the rust and pinholes. Some of these pinholes you couldn't even see until you started getting rid of some of that rust and paint. We've definitely got some work to do up in this area. We're going to have to make patches for that area. And this area right here, we will probably cut out from this point probably up to about here, because you got some pinholes in this area. But that's going to be a pretty simple patch to make. It doesn't have any real crazy bends. It's pretty simple to make on the brake. And then as we go back, of course, we got quite a bit to do in this area. But we'll start on this area here, start getting it cut out and some panels made. I don't think I'll get them welded in today. I met yesterday after work to go get a respirator mask, because from what I've been told, the inside of these rocker panels have a galvanized coating on them. And as you know, anything that's got that's galvanized, when you go to weld on it, it lets out some pretty toxic fumes. And I didn't get a chance to get that mask yesterday. Probably run and go get one later this evening and weld this up tomorrow. But I can still go ahead and get these areas cut out and get the patch panels made and get them fitting right, that I can always weld them in tomorrow after I've got that mask. So we're going to get started on this and start making some patch panels. All right, guys, getting ready to cut this section out. I've decided I'm going to cut right along this break right here, then down and across the bottom. Get this whole section out. We'll use this section, since it's pretty solid around the edges, we'll use that to make a template for cutting out the steel. We'll go ahead and cut this out. Got my new grinding shield that my wife got for me, because using these cutoff wheels with just safety glasses several times, I've had pieces go up under the edge of the safety glass. And this eye over here is a little jacked up now because of it. So the wife ordered me this grinding shield. Kind of makes me feel like Darth Vader or something, you know. Luke, I am your father. But we're going to use that, try to keep our eyeballs intact, and get this cut out of there. All right, guys, we got all that cut out. Had some spot welds back there on that pinch weld we had to deal with. What we'll probably do is when we weld that back on, we'll weld it from the other side so it plugs those holes up. And you can see on the inside there how that has that galvanized coating on that inner rocker. And like I said, when you're welding that stuff, it lets off some pretty toxic fumes, not really something you want to be inhaling. But it definitely helps to keep those inner rockers from rusting out. Here's the piece that we cut out of it. We'll use that to make a template for the piece that goes in. It's a pretty simple piece to make. Shouldn't be too hard to make that at all. All right, guys, got this piece of sheet metal cut out. We're going to try to make a piece like this. Basically just two bends. I got it measured out where the bends need to be. What you won't see on the camera, but I already messed up one, made the bend in the wrong place. So we're trying it again, but it's trial and error. We've got plenty of sheet metal, so it's not a big deal. So we're going to try to get this first bend done, see how it goes. This first bend is pretty much a 90. It's the part that goes to the pinch welds on the bottom. Should be a pretty easy bend to make. matter of getting it in there in the right place. Then for the next bend, got to flip this thing over. And that next bend is a slight bend at about roughly 3.5 inches from our first bend. And that's where I messed up last time. I didn't quite get it farther enough away or start the bend far enough away from the first bend. If that makes sense. Probably not, but we'll go say it does. This bend isn't quite as drastic. We'll probably bend it a little bit, try to fit it, see how it looks, and if it needs to, bend it again. All right, as you can see, we got that bend up, got it set in place. Pretty happy with the way it's fitting. We'll have to trim it up to fit just a little bit. It's a little bit oversized, but we'll get it trimmed up, and that'll be ready to go into place. All right, guys, we got this patch panel made. I've got it welded in and got the welds cleaned up with the grinder. It doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. Still a couple little pinholes, and probably what I'll end up doing is getting some fiberglass filler to go over where the welds are, get it nice and smoothed out. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Took quite a bit longer than what I thought it was going to. Just a couple mistakes I made and had to go back and fix. But, with a few hours of work and, even if you don't know what you're doing, you can get something accomplished and comes out looking pretty good if you ask me. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Probably get back over here tomorrow and do some more work, but happy with what we got done today. I was hoping to get a little bit more done, but it's just the way it goes. When you're doing this stuff for the first time or only done it a couple of times, it always takes longer than what you think it will. I've got a few extra days off this week because of the holidays, so I'm hoping to get a couple short videos out instead of just one on Saturday. Kind of break things up a little bit, so it's, makes it a little bit more interesting to watch, and it's not, 20 minutes of me sanding and grinding on a vehicle. But that's going to do it for today, and we'll see you next time.